Our last adjustment under pressure control is to make our IE ratio 2 to 1. So when we look right now, we're at 1 to 1 with an I time of 1.9 seconds. So let us increase I time until we see our IE ratio move to 2 to 1. So we're actually going to inverse our normal ratio here. So you can see 1.8, 1.9, 2, and I can either touch this again or click the button. Either one will now impose that change in settings. Now, notice we now have a period of no flow. You can see it becomes parallel to baseline. So we actually have gone from close to baseline to a period of no flow, and you can see that actually increased our tidal volume by about 20 mils. But we also have an interesting phenomena going now. If you go back, okay, so watch right here, you can see that so this is inspiration, this is expiration, and you can see on expiration, notice flow doesn't return to baseline before the next breath comes. We call that auto-peep. We actually are trapping some gas in the lung. So we look at our expired volume, we actually see it's fallen some, because we're now trapping gas in the lung. So let me just show you the difference again. If we come back to 1.9, where we were before, 1 to 1 ratio, you'll notice now we have a longer period of time for expiration. Okay, notice? So we don't quite get down to baseline now in inspiration, so our volume fell by 20 mils. But notice on expiration, we actually get all the way back up to baseline of 6, which means we have a period of no flow, which means that our tidal volume, we're getting more volume out. See, we're getting almost 630 mils out. So again, notice what happens when we put this up to a 2 to 1 ratio. We now have a longer for inspiration, but we've shortened expiration by 0.6 of a second, and that 0.6 of a second is enough that we lose that period of no flow at the end of the breath. See, there it is again, but now watch the next breath. See? We're actually trapping a little bit of gases. And we can also see this under something called end expiratory flow, V dot EEE, or 2 E's. V dot is flow, and EE is end expiratory. So we've got end expiratory flow, and notice it should be 0, instead it's 9. So last time I'm going to go down to 1.9, hit accept, and you'll notice in a breath or two, this is going to fall to 0. See? 0. That's what we want. What we should be getting when we breathe out, we should breathe out until the pressure in our lungs equals the pressure at, in the circuit, or in our case at atmospheric pressure. So we should have no flow because everything's equal.